Today you're going to watch a quick video to learn what Edpuzzle is and how it can help you when assigning videos to students, and adding that extra feature of maybe embedded questions that can give immediate feedback and checking for understanding for your students. We're going to start by watching an Edpuzzle edited video from the view of a student. We are now looking at the student view, and you can see here that you'll see the embedded video. It could be a video that's from YouTube or that you uploaded yourself, or another internet source, that link. And you can also see here there's little dots, and that is to prompt the student to answer, read, do something in any of those points. And then over here on the right you'll see all the to-dos that you'll see in this short 1-minute video. This was created just to show you some of the features that a student would encounter or might encounter, depending on what you as a teacher decide to put on it. So let's take a look at this video.
The next one says, Ryan.
Okay, so before the video even starts, it looks like there's a note here that the student needs to listen to the audio below. But also take note of this little circle in gray that keeps going around and around. Some students may mistake that for loading symbol. It's not loading, it's waiting for you to complete on the right hand side some kind of task or something that needs to get done before the video will continue. The teacher can also have the video be set so that the student cannot fast forward. So they're going to have to they can't fast forward or skip this part, even though right here you see skip, but that could be not an option. Hello, take out your interactive notebook. Be prepared to write down the examples in the videos and any additional questions you may have. Okay, let's get started. Okay, so it looks like that was a message from the teacher, me, and we'll continue.
Write an equation of the line in slope-intercept form. Okay, so this time you're given the graph. So I'm going to make this stand out a little bit. And those are 2 points on that line. Now, if you notice here, we know what the y-intercept is.
Okay, now it's waiting for the student to answer this multiple choice question. What is y-intercept? In other words, the line crosses the y-axis at y equals, and then we have 4 choices. So as we go over here, we'll see here that -1 is our correct choice. If we answer that and submit it, it turns green, and it's nice immediate feedback that we got it correct. Let's continue.
The y-intercept is right there. And you know what the slope is if you just count what you go down and over. So if we know the slope and y-intercept, we know the equation of the line. So that's what we're going to do. Let's go ahead and find first the y-intercept. It's going to be the y-axis here, the point where it intersects, and that's at -1. So the y-intercept is b, which is -1. We're going to use that in a minute. Then the slope is going to be, if you notice here, you're going to go down.
Okay, what is the slope of the line? So we're assuming the students would know how to find that, or they've had an instruction in it before, and they're going to go down 1, 2, 3, 4, -4, and then right 1. So -4 over 1. But I wanted you to see, even though that is the correct answer, I'm going to choose one of the other ones to show you what happens if a student gets it incorrect. What happens, it'll be red, and it will give the opportunity for the students to re-watch that part of the video they got incorrect. It will skip back a little bit, but then they continue watching the video and answer any questions that are coming up.
Go down 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a -4 over right 1. So you're going to have a slope now, down 4, right 1, of -4 over 1, which is -4. So your slope is -4. So you pretty much have your full equation. Y equals -4x minus 1. And
okay, now there's a multiple choice question here. It says, now you try. In other words, they're checking for understanding. The teacher embedded an actual graph of a line, and you can see here, right, an equation of the line in slope-intercept form from the graph, just like we did in the example. Okay, so it looks like the y-intercept is 2, the slope is up 2, right 1, so 2x plus 2. And you notice that these answers all are the first answer choice, but when the students actually do these problems, they will be all randomly ordered, so that way mixed up, so that way it's not always a first answer that the student gets as an answer choice. All right, let's see if we got it correct. Yeah, we got, and that whole thing turned green. So let's go to the next and continue.
And it's nice when you have everything that you need right there in the graph.
Okay, and what is your Google question for these notes? And in other words, I want the student to answer a question that I as a teacher can actually go and read later, give points to it if I want. But my Google question for these notes as a student will be what or how, I'm going to put, how do you write an equation of a line given the graph? Okay, and I'm going to submit that, and the teacher will see that later to be graded. Continue.
Graph in front of you.
Okay, and that's it. So the teacher will have a report of all the students that watch the video and be able to see all the details. Nice thing is also here, you see this CC. If I wanted to, I could actually press that and it will give me some pretty good auto-generated closed captions, but let's see how good it is.
So that's what we're going to do. Let's go ahead and find first the y-intercept. It's going to be the y-axis here, the point where it intersects, and that's at -1. So the y-intercept is b, which is -1. We're going to use that in a minute. Then
okay, that's actually pretty good. So it not that accurate, but that may be helpful for some of your students. And you can see here, green little dot, I got that one correct. Red was incorrect. Green, correct. This still needs to be graded. Okay, now I will show you next what it looks on the teacher's point of view when the Edpuzzle video is edited and how to actually do that. Okay, let's go to the next step. Start by going to edpuzzle.com. You can sign up with using your Google sign-in or just an email. And also I will log in because I already created an account. When you sign up, you'll be prompted to ask whether you're a teacher or student. Of course, pick teacher. And let me log in with mine. You will also be prompted when you sign up to choose a school. And the nice thing about choosing a school is it'll be listed here. And you'll see that if there's other teachers at your school that have videos that they've made public to you or the public in general, you'll be able to see them all in one place when you look at content in your school. So that's helpful. Okay, so how do we get a video to have that interaction that we saw in that example with all those features? Well, a couple ways. You can upload your own video that you created yourself. That's something you can do really quick on your own. Go to My Content and you can add your own content here. You can also go to YouTube, get the link and paste it right in. And right there you can see like this, and then that video that you paste right in will show up here and you can edit as you like. Another way to actually get content is actually take a look at all these channels you have of content. You can also go to their own content here under curriculum, but you can also just simply search, which I will do here. Let me do Slope-Intercept form. Oh, there it is. And search that. And then you'll find a lot of videos, sometimes more than you bargained for, of videos that people have either uploaded or they've taken from YouTube or straight from YouTube here that you can edit the way you like. Well, it looks like we have one here. If you see here, first is the time, how long the video is, and then how many questions or notes, and this one has 4 that it pauses the student for. This one has 13, so that's quite a bit. So you can pick whatever you like, but know that you can also edit as you like. So I'm going to pick this video. I'm going to mute this. I'm going to mute this video, the audio, so you don't have to keep hearing that and my voice too. And it looks like this one has a couple of things. At this point here, it was a note, so maybe I will decide to edit it, make it my own. Just, you saw that right there. And then I can do whatever I like with that video. Maybe 5 minutes is a little too long for me. So I can make that a little shorter if I like. And it cuts off one of the questions that was asked there. And I can make it a little shorter here. I can even cut in the middle if I like. I can just move this to the part of the video that I want to add a cut. And then move that and this. So again, I didn't watch the video. I don't know what it's really saying, but let's pretend that that's what I wanted. Okay, so you can see now my video is a little shorter. And I can reset it if that's not what I wanted. Now here's the options. Up here in the top, I can actually do a voiceover, but the only time, you used to be able to do a voiceover on a lot of the videos, but now it's blocked because of YouTube's terms of service. So that means you can't just replace the audio in this video with your own voice. It has to be something you uploaded yourself. Now it comes to the questions. There's questions here already, and if I click on this, this is one of the questions that I'm not going to keep, so I'm going to delete it. And then this is another question here. I'm going to delete that one also. And then this one, let's see what kind of question this is, or a note. It's just a note. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and leave that in there. So let me add my own questions. Show you, I'm going to just go that little dot to and pause. At this point, I want the students to tell me, or I want them to answer this question. What is the y-intercept? And then you notice here, there's a place for them to put in, well, for you as a teacher to put in the correct answer. It's a green check mark, -1. Oh, I'm sorry, this one is -4. That is the correct y-intercept. But an incorrect one, this red X is 2. I'm going to add another answer choice. Pick 0, and let's pick another one. 5. Why not? Save. Now, you notice right here when I put that first one, the first answer with that green check mark is where you always want to put your correct answer. When the student sees the problem, the answers will be shown in a random order. So just keep that in mind, because every time you put an answer for your multiple choice questions, then the first one is always the correct one on your end, but not for them. Okay, now I'm going to put in an open-ended question somewhere, maybe like right there. So here, let me pause that. I'm going to put an open-ended question, and how do you find the x-intercept? And the student will answer it. Be aware, whenever you have an open-ended question, you as a teacher are going to need to read it, and either if you need to assign points to it, you have to do that on your own after the student turns in the Edpuzzle. Okay, then you can also, somewhere in the video, you can add a note, as you saw before. Now your notes, be aware, you can also include links to pages, like another web page. So I'm going to add a link here, and this link is something I found about, hey, writing equations of lines. Text to display, click here to find out more on how to write equations of lines. Okay, and what happens is I'm going to save that, and now when the student gets to that point here in the video, they click that and it will take them to a page that asks them, oh, here's how you write equations of lines. So you can send your students to other pages, which is really nice. Okay, so know that you have a lot of options. You have here multiple choice. You also have open-ended questions, and in addition to that, notes. And in the notes, you can even add an audio to the note, which is really nice. So you notice in the example video I gave earlier, I had the students say, take out your interactive notebook. So I'm just going to put listen to audio below. And then I'm going to record. Hi, be sure to take out your interactive notebook and make sure you write these examples in there. Thanks. Yeah, play that. Oh, you can't hear the audio, but that's what it says. So I'm going to save that. And now when the student gets to that part of the video, they will need to listen to it and we'll tell them what I just said. Okay, so I'm going to finish, and now I have the option of to assign this. Now when I assign this, I can do a couple of things. I have some choices. I can go here to prevent skipping, meaning they can't fast forward. I could turn on closed captioning, as you saw what that looks like for them. I could pick due dates, but then I could also assign to my classes. The classes can be a class where the kids just have names and passwords and that they enter themselves, and you can see very quickly how to do that if you it tells you how to invite students. But it could also be here, like you see, a Google Classroom that I went ahead and added directly into my Edpuzzle, and I could assign and post here. You can see this directly on Google Classroom, so I could do it that way too. So, and also one of the other features is if you have an LMS like Schoology, if you go ahead and integrate your Edpuzzle account with your Schoology account, it is pretty cool because you can, when you do assign Edpuzzle videos to your students, they watch them in your LMS like Schoology. So there's a lot of great tutorials that show you how to do that part too. Okay, so sign it. They can watch it, and then as students start watching the video, all the actual details of what they did are going to be right here, which is pretty nice because in Gradebook, once they start watching the videos, let's see if anybody shows up here, that all the details would be there, including who watched, how long they watched, what they got correct, what they got incorrect, and what I as a teacher need to grade.